Please introduce yourself.
I'm Wendy Que, a nurse by profession, and I worked as a caregiver in Cyprus for 9 years, and then 2 years in Taiwan.
Okay, can you please describe me each experience?
From the latest, well, from the time I came back in the Philippines last 2012, and I work as a part-time nanny for my 2 year. Back then, he was only 2 years old, nephew, and
Okay.
he just turned 4 years old last May, and he's growing up so healthily because he's a happy child, I suppose. He's really like gaining so much weight, but he's fine. He's really healthy. And then when I was working in Cyprus, I was a caregiver for a paralyzed 54 years old.
Okay.
We were four. I was hired as a private nurse, and we were four actually working by shifts because he was a huge man, and basically we are the ones responsible to do everything basically for him because his lower part his lower part is not really working anymore. So basically we move him every now and then, and we do everything from the basics, from the morning care until the feeding and exercises. Everything was done by us because, of course, being a paraplegic person, like you're paralyzed half of your body, so basically you cannot move it, which is the reason why we were hired anyway. And then when I was in Taiwan, I finished as well my contract for 2 years. I also worked for the family, but I was also hired as a private nurse for a person who has a liver cirrhosis. I have enjoyed working for families as well. Sometimes when I am not into shift, like my duty is done, I am not used to like just lying around or something like that. I just also have the chance to help inside the house, and I enjoy being with family.
Okay, can you tell me more about your experience with children?
Yes, when I was working with, especially when I was in Taiwan, because I also live with a family. They had 3 children that time, and the youngest that time she was only 1 year 5 months when I came. So whenever the parents are not around, they usually leave the children to me. So, well, I suppose I I feed them, but not most of the time because, of course, they have a different kind of food. Sometimes I cook for them. We go out. Sometimes I do tutoring as well because during my time of stay with them, the Taiwan government just included the English what's this language in their curriculum. So this is the reason why they also asked me to do tutoring sometimes.
What kind
With
of
kids.
food did you prepare for the child?
Of course, whatever they like. Because in Taiwan, of course, it's a Chinese food. It's so simple actually. They get, well, I have the chance to just observe what they cook, and it's easy preparation.
Okay.
It's just like most of the time fish. Yes.
And for the child?
For the children, they just love this noodles.
Okay.
Yeah.
What else? Just noodles?
Yeah, most of the time they just like the noodles. Anything with soup and anything fried. They prefer fried fish.
Okay.
Just a little sauce, soy sauce, and then a little ginger, and that's it.
Okay. Tell me if you think you can manage, for example, to take care of two small children in the same time.
there were three kids left with me most of the time, aside from the old man who I was looking after actually. This well the old I was really hired to look after the old man actually, but whenever the parents of these children do not have time to look after them because they both are working, so the children would be left with me as well. And
Oh.
I really didn't have any problem managing the children and the old men.
Mhm. Beside feeding them, doing the bath, putting them to sleep, what other activities did you have with them, with the children?
I play with them. It's just like no, they have this kind of like a board game
Mm-hmm.
which they
Okay.
usually play. Yeah. And then because when I came in their family, they basically couldn't even understand English or even speak. They don't even know what is yes and no. So it was really a hard time for me. But I am proud enough to say that when I left, at least they can understand English. At least when I talk to them, they can respond.
Okay. Tell me, what part of your job did you find it most difficult in working with children?
Well, in work, well,
Mm-hmm.
the most difficult thing I really experienced is the communication. Not basically with anything to do with their attitude or something, but it's the communication because as I told you, when I came, they don't know what is yes and no. So it's like I was the one who have to learn their language. I tried to learn their language through watching the TV because unfortunately, whenever I open their television set, they have this. It's a Chinese drama thing, but they have this English subtitles. So I really learned from it, and then whenever they talk to each other, I really have to like observe how the gesture and what they really meant. So this is really how I learned.
Okay. Can you tell me why do you want to come to work in Romania?
Well, I'm so interested to go to Romania because I love Romanian people. I got the chance to meet Romanian people when I was staying in Cyprus. So I and the one thing that is left in my thoughts is that there is this physiotherapist who was working for the old man who I was working for. She was a physiotherapist. He comes every day, like Monday to Friday. Though we didn't communicate so much because she was only allowed for 1 hour, but I just found her so nice. And one thing more, sometimes when I get out and I have the chance to go out, I get to meet like Romanian people. I really haven't experienced any bad thing about them. So I said, well, I am just interested to go and see their place as well one day. And I found the chance now, so I just want to try.
This means you are willing to stay in Romania a long period, like you did in Cyprus?
Well, I really don't mind staying if I would be allowed and given the chance to stay there for good. Why not?
Okay.
I don't have any inhibitions about that, mom, because I am single, and so it's just my mom and dad, and I basically could always talk to them through Skype. This is one of the reasons why I was able to stay in Cyprus for 9 straight years.
Okay.